Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me again today. Lovely to have you here with me. And today our project is this card, which would be ideal for a Valentine card for somebody that you love. Very simple little card, little bit of stamping, a few die cuts, bit of designer series paper, and Bob's your uncle and you're done. So I'm going to show you how I made it. I'm going to apologise first of all because I promised that I would be back soon to show you the video of this when I posted it, and that was actually the Saturday before last, so like 9 days ago. It's taken me this long to get around to doing the video. I've been doing, if you're in England, if you're in UK, you'll know what it's like. I've been doing my tax return and it's just been the bane of my life. It's all done now, all out of the way, and I've managed to catch up with myself, so that's great. So this is the card that we're making. Actually, I'm going to change it up a little bit though, because we're going to use some different colours today. I'm going to do it in lilac, in Highland Heather, because this is going to be not a love you card but a miss you card. I'm going to do a similar design but a miss you card because my youngest daughter moved out yesterday, moved into a flat in London because she's at college in London, and so she needed to be nearer to college, so moved out, and I'm going to miss her terribly. So I thought this week what I'd do is put a little package together for her with a card and a few treats and whatever for her, just to let her know that I'm thinking about her and missing her dreadfully. She's actually my theatre buddy. We used to go to the theatre and cinema quite a lot together, so I've now got nobody to go to the cinema and theatre with, so I'm quite sad. I shall have to find a friend to go with. Anyway, meanwhile, so I'm going to do it in Highland Heather, as I said. This is my Highland Heather piece of designer series paper. It's actually from the Needlepoint Nook, I think it's called. It's the one where you've got all these lovely embroidered, photographic embroidered flowers on it, and then on the back you've got these patterns. So I'm going to use that one. Before I stick it on, I'm going to stick this border on, which is from the Delicate Lace Edgelets, and I've already die cut it. You can see it's slightly too long for my piece of card, which, as you know, I like to do. So I'm just going to put some glue along here, and then I'm going to bring in a cocktail stick and just smooth that glue out a bit, and then catch some of the little bits here. It should lay flat, but just to make sure that's stuck down, I've got a little bit of glue here in a dish. This is my preferred way of making sure I don't get too much glue over everything. There we go. That should stick it down. So I'm just going to stick it just below halfway, so not quite at halfway. So just below halfway, and you can use these lines to guide you on this paper, which is quite useful. So just smooth that down and then come in with your scissors, which I haven't got out. Hang on a sec, let me get my scissors out. My snips, there we go. And just use your snips to cut using the paper as a guide, and you get a really nice crisp edge where everything meets and you haven't got one thing longer than another. It's really brightened that paper up actually, hasn't it? That's really nice. So now I can go ahead and glue my panel down. So back in with the Tombow, a little bit of glue. If you don't press too hard, you can get a very, very fine edge with the Tombow, which is great, because if you put too much on, it will warp the paper because it will be too wet. And you don't need it right up to, you need it fairly close to the edge, but not right up to it. If you wanted to be really careful, you could actually take your cocktail stick and smooth some out near the edges, but it will be fine just being there, because the glue will squidge a bit, but it won't squidge out of the edges. I think all these little touches make such a difference to making your cards look professional rather than too... I always think there's a difference between homemade and handmade. I think handmade is great. Homemade makes them sound a little bit unprofessional maybe. There we go. And as some of you know, I do sell cards a lot online, so I do try and make sure that mine are all professional. Right, this is our panel going on there. Before we do that, we're going to take a little bit of white card, Whisper white card, and we're going to take the heart die from Woodwords. This is a really useful set that I don't use nearly enough, actually. I'm going to do some cards soon with them, this flat floral pattern in it. But I'm just using the heart. You can see they've got sort of a scratched lined image on them, which is meant to be quite rustic. You either love it or hate it, I guess. I'm going to do 2 hearts, one in Highland Heather to match my DSP. Don't want it too inky because otherwise those lines will be blocked out. There we go, that's my Highland Heather. And then I'm going to use, if you haven't yet discovered our chamois, I hadn't until quite recently and now I'm a convert. Oh, I love them. Just squidge your stamp, so easy to do. So easy to clean them off. So if you haven't discovered, and I've got mine in a, you can buy a set of 4 stamp cases, and I've got my chamois in one of them, which just keeps it nice and ready to use. They don't, the ink doesn't come off them, but it doesn't affect the cleaning ability. Really are so easy to use. And then I'm coming in with Gorgeous Grape to do the other heart. So one dark purple, one light purple. And there we go, we've got 2 purples. They don't look very different at the minute, but I think they will when they dry. So again, I'm just going to clean my stamp off, mainly because I like playing with the chamois so much. So just squidge that on there. And it's clean. Look at that. I mean, it's just brilliant. Really brilliant. You just have to damp it a bit with a little bit of water before you use it. Right, okay. So we're going to take our hearts, and I don't have a die for these. I'm not sure whether there is a die set. There might be. I think there is a die set that goes with the Woodwords, but I haven't got it. Oh, I think it's the one with the crate, the wooden crate. But I don't have that die set, so I just fussy cut mine. Can you see I'm leaving a little white border around them? Just carefully fussy cutting around them. So if you can't do this, there are dies available, like I say, but actually I don't mind doing a little bit of fussy cutting now and again, as long as it's not too intricate. So there we go. And round again. There we go. So like I say, I'm down to 1 child left at home now. I have 3 children. My oldest one lives in Brighton on the south coast of the UK with her boyfriend, and she has a job as a manager of a wine shop. My youngest one is at the Performing Arts College doing a course in musical theatre. And my son works in a restaurant bar in Woking, but he still lives at home. He lives here, so I haven't got rid of him yet. He's still here to keep me company. There we go, there's our 2 hearts. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this panel off before we mount it onto the card. So I'm going to take some dimensionals and get them out. Oh, they're all sticking to the back here. Okay, got hair as well. Okay, so I'm going to stick one of them straight down on the card. Just bring in my sample, so that's going to go there, and then the other one is going to go there. I actually heat embossed. I actually put some clear powder and heat embossed them on this one, but it didn't work too well, and I don't think it really affects how good the card looked. I didn't think it was actually worth the bother, so I'm not going to heat emboss this one. I'm sure my daughter will love it, whatever, just to let her know I'm thinking about her. There we go. So there we are. So just take the backing off your dimensional. So like I say, just one with the dimensionals, one without. Put them at a bit of an angle. 2 little hearts. And then we want the words. Oh, I keep losing the words. This is the second time tonight. Oh, there they are. I've lost the words. I just had to search and they were stuck. I've got black fleece on. They were stuck to the sleeve of my black fleece. Right. So instead of Love You, I'm going to put Miss You on this one. So again, in basic black card, I'm just going to come in with my cocktail stick and catch a little bit of glue on the back of these. And otherwise they're a bit tricky to stick without getting too much glue on them. There we go. Just realised I've lost the dot off my eye. When I've finished here, I'm going to go and find the dot and put the dot on, otherwise that will annoy me. I forgot that we needed to have a dot on top of the eye when I was doing this. So these are just die cut from the Well Written set. It's a really lovely die set. So many possibilities, and in fact it's got so many elements as well as the words. It's got little flowers and little bird, I think. Let me just find it. So many things. It's such a nice set. So this is one of the, it's a double stamp set. This is one of them with lots of words that you can mix and match with it. And so we've got, yeah, they've got a little bird and butterfly, a heart, little flowers and leaves, an ampersand, an exclamation mark, or another little flowery flourish, and then all these words. So lots and lots of use in that die set, which I haven't really explored completely yet. So there we go. There's our panel. Like I say, I'll go and put the dot on afterwards, and then I'm just going to put some more dimensionals on the back there, and that's our card done. A very, very quick little card for you today, but nevertheless I think it's quite a sweet little card, and it might be a useful design for you to be making, especially I know I've got a lot of US viewers who celebrate Valentine's Day in a slightly different way to the one we do in the UK. In the UK we tend to only send one Valentine card, and that's to our husband, boyfriend, lover, whatever. In America I know you tend to send cards to your children, maybe friends and whatever, which I think is I think that's one of the American traditions that I'd like to have in this country. I'd love to be able to send a few more Valentine cards, making people know how much I love having them in my life. So who knows, maybe one day. There we go. So taking all the backing off those dimensionals, and just put this on here. And my daughter's favourite colour is lilac, so I'm hoping she will like her lilac card. So there we are. There's Miss You and Love You cards. This is a more traditional Valentine colour card. This one, any old time card, but very sweet, very easy to make. The measurements will all be on my blog, so if you pop down there'll be a link to my blog post and you can see where all the measurements are. And that's it for me today. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget the celebration is going on, so if you wanted to buy anything, you spend £45 and you get a free item. And if you wanted to join my team, I posted a couple of days ago about all the benefits of joining. The minute you get the lovely tote bag as part of your starter kit if you wanted. Only way to get your hands on it. Anyway, that's it from me. Really it from me today. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.